Genuinely, we're cooked. Toronto FC has had a quiet off-season. A lot of hype around how this team would build post the era of the Italians, and the result is looking like the same story again, minus the Italians. First, our biggest acquisition of the offseason has been Walker Zimmerman, who is a 5-year ago MLS Defender of the Year move that we've done before with Matt Hedges. I already went over that and it failed. But it's okay, everyone said. We are going to get a DP striker. We have open designated player spots. We definitely have at least one open designated player spot. Our only DP is Georgi Mihailovic. So, of course, we're going to get another designated player striker, we all thought. And now Toronto FC has gone out and acquired, on loan from Atletico Nacional in the Colombian top division, 20-year-old Venezuelan youth international Emilio Aristizabal. Now, Aristizabal is a 6'2" striker. Most recently, he spent the last season on loan with Fortaleza, also in the Colombian top flight, where he scored 12 goals in 34 appearances. Not terrible numbers in that league, but also not the league with the highest quality and reputation of play coming into Major League Soccer. Listen, we're taking another swing on a young U22 initiative player who is going to come into this league as a striker, potentially be a stepping stone in his career, and potentially elevate Toronto FC. This is the cheap option. Let's be clear. Toronto FC has now swung and missed many times with the targeted allocation money or U22 striker. Bryn Hinsland was terrible. Cassius Mayula, not at all good enough for this league. Prince Osiowusu, not great for TFC. He's actually been pretty solid for Montreal, but for Toronto FC, he wasn't good. Raul Jimenez, he was good for like a hot minute and then fell off and fell out of this league. And don't even get me started on Terrence Boyd. For the past 8 years now, basically since Josie Altidor's ability to be your starting striker game in, game out disappeared, Toronto FC has been looking for a striker in every route except the designated player one and failed every time. And listen, if we're getting this guy on top of the designated player, great, but I don't think we are. We are now in the final hours before the start of this MLS season. It starts this weekend, and this is the 4th edition we've made all season and the 3rd one that's actually expected to play. And so what are we even doing right now? Like, we're in a league where you need 3 top quality designated players, or 2 if you're going to go the full U22 route, and use all your U22 initiative spots to perfection if you want to succeed in Major League Soccer. Like, okay, hold on a second. Look at this team. 2017 Toronto FC, you had Josie Altidore, designated player striker, Michael Bradley, designated player midfielder, defensive midfielder, Sebastian Giovinco, star number 10, MVP in the league. You had Azorio and Delgado also in the midfield, both elite non-DP MLS domestic options. You had Chris Mavinga, who was a stellar international center back. Justin Morrow, another stellar domestic option. Like, this was how you build an MLS team. This is how you built an MLS team in 2017 and currently. The current Toronto FC does not resemble that Toronto FC in any way, shape, or form. The domestic players aren't up to snuff. The designated players aren't up to snuff. Your international players are all a mix of wishes and hopes that didn't work out. We have still this roster littered with some players who should be cut loose but can't because their contracts are still going on. And the guys that we're bringing in to replace guys who have previously left aren't upstanding contenders. And yes, I know it's hard to build a team when you're not a competitive team, but none of the moves you're making are setting yourselves up to be that competitive team that can get players. And now we live in a Major League Soccer where, like, look at LAFC, look at Inter Miami. Like, looking at what LAFC has done this season, it's shocking to believe we're even in the same league as them. Not even just with the designated player signings, but with the domestic player signings that they've brought in, Matthew Chouanier, Jacob Schaffelberg, guys who would instantly be starters in Toronto FC, and just we're sitting here running around with our heads cut off wondering what the hell to do. And I don't even know if management knows what they're doing at the moment. Like, why have we not gotten a DP striker? It's the most obvious thing for years that we've all been saying. And, like, sure, I know you want the right guy, and I know you want to be the right fit. If you can't get option number 1, I'm sure there's someone you can get rather than panic buying at the last second another foreign U22 player with the hopes that maybe they can continue developing into something special in this league, because it's not going to happen. You're hoping for like a one-off. And also, who the hell are we surrounding Aristizabal with to get him chances and get him opportunities? Sure, Mihailovic and Corbeau are both potentially decent at getting the ball up to him up top, but like, we're not giving him the best team possible to succeed at striker, and then what, we're hoping that, oh yeah, he'll pop in 15, 20 goals when he scored 12 in Colombia last season in a worse league. Oh, but he's a year older and natural development. This is not the starting striker for a playoff MLS team. Maybe we're still going after another one. Maybe this is the backup striker, but the season starts this weekend. There were rumors for Josh Sargent, he's not here. And what is happening is mediocrity. And this is the World Cup year. This is the year that we've been circled on the calendars for the past 8 years waiting for. That Toronto FC needs to be competitive because there's going to be games at BMO Field in the World Cup and the hype around the World Cup, and we're going to want people rolling into that in the soccer to keep them going. And we're really going to have people finish the World Cup and say, all right, World Cup's done. You want to keep the soccer train rolling? Come to BMO Field, watch Emilio Aristizabal at striker. What are we talking about right here? And like Aristizabal, like, I hope the kid has a good career, and I hope this doesn't ruin it for him, because Toronto FC is not where you want to be if you're a developing player right now. Like, it's a great place to go to fail. And that's what it's been for the past few years. Like, genuinely, I hope this kid knows what he's doing and knows what he's getting himself into, and I hope that he can make the best of it and prove me wrong and everyone wrong, and prove that, you know, he can be a consistent scorer in MLS and get himself a good contract out of this. But this is a very hard battle that he's put himself into. And Toronto FC is not the team that has given strikers the keys to succeed recently. But yeah, like, I hope that there's another move coming, because for the first off-season post-Italians, we're supposed to have money and open designated player spots and be building towards the vision of what this team should be minus Insigne and Bernadeschi. This has been a complete disaster. It's been a complete disappointment. I'm sitting here, and I think we're all sitting here wondering, again, what is happening? What are we doing? What is going on? What is the plan? Mihailovic last summer was, I thought, the start to building something. Yeah, he wasn't as flashy as a name, but I would have liked, but he was a guy who, he was safe. He was a safe option. He's a guy who you knew exactly what you were getting. And I think we all expected them to add another designated player to this. And, you know, okay, Pozuelo came in 3 weeks into the start of the season, so it's not over, but this is a signing that is very concerning, because yeah, we can talk about how Toronto FC should still get a designated player. I have no confidence that they're not going to go into the season and think, oh yeah, this guy's our striker, and it just isn't good enough. Season starts this Saturday away to Dallas. We have 3 games on the road before we have our home opener March 14th versus the New York Red Bulls, and then we have a 9-game homestand leading up to the World Cup. Hopefully something else can get brought in, or else that 9-game homestand is going to be depressing. I genuinely wish I could find some high note or some positive to end this video with, like, genuinely, but I literally have none when it comes to this team. Hey guys, so while I was editing this, we signed Raheem Edwards from the New York Red Bulls. Not, you know, massive or anything, but old face, come around, MLS quality player. It's shocking. It's shocking what this team has become. It's shocking what that team has become. And it's shocking that in the year where you're hosting the World Cup, this is the best you can throw together. And we've seen with what LAFC and what Miami have done, what you have to do to be a contender in MLS. And this team is just so far off of that. Again, I'm shocked we play in the same league. One designated player signing doesn't fix this. It makes it better. It makes us potentially a playoff team, but it doesn't fix this. So that's it for this video. As always, if you'd like to hit like, if you want to see more stuff, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, link is down below in the description, and I will see you next time.